eDPI is a numerical representation of your mouse DPI and in-game sensitivity. The acronym stands for effective dots per inch, which roughly translates more simply to effective mouse sensitivity. It allows gamers to easily discuss and share their sensitivity settings while also accounting for a potential difference in their mouse's DPI. To calculate eDPI, you simply multiply the DPI setting of your mouse by your in-game sensitivity value. So, for example, if I play Valorant with a mouse clocked to 800 DPI and an in-game sense of 0.45, I take those numbers and multiply them together to get an eDPI value of 360. Likewise, if my friend then plays on 400 DPI with an in-game sensitivity of 0.9, they do the same equation, which also results in an eDPI value of 360. Now, it's easy for us to see that even though we have differing DPIs, me and my friend play on exactly the same sensitivity. This calculation works for any game with a linear multiplicative sensitivity slider. Some top examples would be Valorant, Apex Legends, and CSGO. However, there are many other first-person shooter titles where this can also apply. It's important to mention that in most cases, eDPI is an intra-game term. This means that while me and my friend can compare our Valorant eDPIs, it would be pointless for me to compare my Valorant eDPI to their CSGO eDPI. That said, there are a few edge cases, for example Apex Legends and CSGO, that use exactly the same game engine and sensitivity slider. And therefore, in the instance of these two games specifically, you can compare DPIs on an inter-game basis. Practical use case beyond comparison for this equation would be when wanting to change the DPI of a mouse and being able to calculate a new sensitivity setting to preserve your effective sensitivity. For example, I play Valorant on a mouse clocked to 800 DPI with an in-game sense of 0.45. If I wish to up my mouse DPI to 1600, all I have to do is take my eDPI and divide it by my new DPI. Therefore, I take 360, divide it by 1600, and I get a value of 0.225. I can then use this as my new in-game sensitivity in Valorant to preserve the mouse feel I'm used to. This will ensure my aim stays crispy even though my mouse DPI has changed.